But it is a pleasure to be here. I greatly appreciate everyone as we try to come out of this pandemic and try to have some normalcy in our lives. I appreciate you guys coming out to support the hall and support the Akron Foodbank. It's very, very important that we support people that are doing great things. Someone always told me, it never gets old doing good. So when the staff of the Hall of Fame asked me could I come and participate, and the fall's a very, very hectic schedule, I'm very, very fortunate to be able to fit it in. And the reason why is because from the front door out front to the front doorstep of the housing project that I grew up in is 242 miles. You can look it up if you want to. 622. I have friends here that grew up with me. I greatly appreciate you guys coming. But I grew up with very, very humble beginnings. 242 miles from door to door. And as a young person, I had tremendous food issues. Because I grew up in a household where my dad wasn't around, but my mom raised 7 kids, and she had 7 kids before she was 25. So she got kicked out of high school in Troy, Ohio. So all the people from Troy, Ohio would like to claim me and the Carters, they forget the part of the story where my mom got kicked out of school. And everyone in the town pretty much had given up on her. So for me, being fed by the church, being fed by my teammates, one of the parents, picking up cheese every month from the government truck, those are normal things for me. And I sit here and I listen and I see these people doing great things and I wonder, I know the Akron Foodbank, I know they got a good relationship with the James family, but how many Cris Carters and how many LeBron Jameses are going hungry throughout our state? So for me, that's why I have an interest in this. Because food and nutrition is such an important part. We're the most successful society. We throw away tons and tons of food every day. But we can't get organized enough to feed our own kids. And right now I'm only talking about Ohio. Let's try to take care of the kids in Ohio. Because we as sports fans, we've been treated as some of the greatest talent ever. I grew up in this state. The reason why I went to Ohio State was because my mom told me it's good for a kid to stay in state. And that was a decision I made when I was 17 years old, and one of the best decisions I could have ever made. Football has been good to me. Sports has been good to me. Let me tell you how good it's been to me. I left school after 3 years at Ohio State. I played 16 years in the National Football League. Retired in 2002. Since then, I've worked with our broadcast partners. I've worked with the NFL office. I have not filled out a job application. I don't have my college degree. So a kid who was used to look for a ride to practice and look for somewhere to eat for dinner, the game of football and the sport of football and people like you have supported me that I could have a great life. When Dave was sitting here explaining to you, and I don't know if you guys caught it, this is the room that the Hall of Famers eat in and no one comes in. I had lunch with Franco Harris and Lynn Swan and Calvin Johnson and Ray Lewis and Michael Irvin in this same room. So for me, I'm always just taking, I can't believe in my life the way it's worked out. It's forever humbling for him to say my stats. Playing 234 games, playing 16 years in the league, being on the all-90s team. But it started out from being a hungry kid. And anytime I get the opportunity, I like to thank people, especially the people of Ohio. Black people, white people. I used to walk along the highway to get to Smith Park from the projects. White people used to pick me up all the time. That's a dangerous highway. It's dark out there. I used to put my football helmet on, and people used to pick me up and say, "Where are you going?" So I said, "Living in the housing project." "Well, why are you out here walking by yourself?" "Because I don't have a ride, and I don't have a quarter for the bus." So anytime Mr. Baker, anytime Pat, Michelle, Steve, anytime they call me, when I call the hub about the Hall of Fame, I'm available. Because even though it was only 242 miles, it's only a dream away. We need to put good stuff in our kids. Get them back dreaming, doing great things. That's how I grew up in Ohio. I grew up watching the Buckeyes. I said, I'm going to play for them one day. My grandfather was a great Browns fan. We've been treated to great sports. We've been spoiled. Now, why can't we just come together and try to feed our kids? That's all. If there's one kid out there that deserves this jacket, we need to make sure that we feed him and that he gets in the right situation so he can get one of these jackets. Because you can accomplish a whole lot in life. You can make a lot of money. I don't care who your family is. You can be born on third base. But let me tell you what you can't do. You can't buy one of these. And the 356 guys that got these, we walked on plenty of streets. We went plenty of fucking hungry. But we won't forget. So when you ask yourself, what's Cris Carter doing here today? What's his involvement? I care about kids who grew up just like me, look just like me, sound just like me. And you as sports fans have been treated to some of the greatest sports. So for me, it's about, let's come together. Let's do something special. Let's support this man. Let's help him out. So that's the reason why I'm here. Because I grew up very, very poor, and playing sports has made me rich in spirit. I greatly appreciate everyone coming out today. I think we're going to do a little question and answer.